Look, this one's simple. It's Terraria, but all weapons are randomized. So this copper short sword could have insane damage. You never know. This is a fun one. I promise you guys will love this. Only 10% of you are subscribed, and we are on a mission to 10,000 subscribers. So smash that subscribe button, and let's just get into it. Randomized weapon stats. This one should be fun. It should just be a fun, exciting one. Let's have a look. These are normal, 48 damage for the copper short sword. So I think normal tools aren't going to have random damage. Also, look how tall this tree is. It seems abnormally tall. I'm not going to lie. Like, we just got an absolute ton of wood from that. That seems like a weirdly tall tree. Anyway, bang, that bunny just got launched to the universe. Also, if you want a list of all the mods I'm using, it is on the screen now because I know you guys ask 1,000 times in the comments. So first thing I want to do is I just want to see how much... Oh, defense is randomized as well. I did not even realize that was going to be a thing. So I'm going to get those so that we basically can't die. Wooden sword does 200. A bow does 237. We got unpleasant, so it's also going to have completely randomized sort of like enchantments, I guess you'd call it. But bang, that bunny just got launched to the universe. 600 critical hit damage. We can basically take on everything we want now. There seems to be a lot more trees than usual, so I don't know if this mod's sort of tripping out a little bit, but I've got no issues with that. Let's launch this bunny again. Yeah, we're just going to go through the game, see what kind of weapons we can get. Obviously, beating the bosses is going to be an absolute cakewalk. I can probably do it only with this wooden sword, but what's the fun in that? So now let's have a gander at some cactus stuff, which could be super interesting. Obviously, the cactus sword is one thing. Cactus armor as well is another. 165, nowhere near what we have now. Not enough for the armor, I don't think. I do want to get the bow because that's just going to be gross once we can get some arrows. But let's just have a look at the armor because the armor could be super interesting. Yep, that is 29 defense for our legs. So now we are literally just defensed up. Let's murder these slimes with absolute ease and create some torches. Really, there's not going to be worth going for many things here. See, 1 damage. That's all the antlion did to us was 1 damage. Yeah, buddy. I think we're going to win. But realistically speaking, there's no real point going for like all these crazy weapons if we can find weapons that are disgusting. But I do want to see like how many disgusting weapons they are. This is a great example. We can get like spears. We can get like the one of sparking, which could have like crazy magic damage. A boomerang, which has 98 damage. That's interesting. But we may as well go down into here. We just absolutely murdered a gnome. Beautiful. What could this have? It's probably going to have the living tree stuff. It does. Couldn't care less. Probably not planning on building this massive elaborate base. But what we will do is have a look in this chest for, I was hoping for more things. That's fine though. A radar is cool. Shurikens do 28 damage. Okay. Interesting. We now have arrows which do 18. So that's 18 times 237, which is disgusting if you couldn't add that up. Now obviously we could continue going down into the world. Actually we could find like different weapons and stuff. I don't see any reason not to go down here. Could find like different chests. We'll look in these pots, some ropes. Gems is interesting. We do want to grab some gems. Now falling on this explosive would not be ideal. I don't feel like dying today, but we do have this different biome here, which we should be able to absolutely murder everything in here with our wooden sword. And there is our first live crystal, which isn't going to matter too much. Admittedly, live crystals are kind of useless when we have so much defense, but when we start coming up against bosses, it's still going to be hard because, as you know, I'm useless at this game. So I don't know what we're sort of looking for here. I guess like some Hermes boots would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. Obviously a hook would be cool. I think we got a mushroom biome. You usually get some good life crystals in a mushroom biome, and there we do. We now have 140 health. We also have a granite, which we do not want to mess with. But let's just have a gander at what the bow does here. It should do 492 damage. We do have our first gold chest here. Could be interesting. Could have something nice in it. Let's have a look. A mace. Obviously, suspicious looking eye is great because now we can take on Mr. Eye of Cthulhu. But a mace doing 78 damage is just nowhere near our disgustingly overpowered wooden sword. So I think I'm going to keep that on us. Now, instead of just uselessly continuing into... Actually, flaming arrows. How much do they do? 64 damage compared to our regular damage. Yeah, flaming arrows are definitely the way to go. 64 times, God knows how much the amount is, but we're going to use our recall potion. We're going to go to the right side of the world now. Just going to go on a little exploration. I don't want to spend too much time in caves and all that sort of stuff. I'm not a dwarf. I'm not digging a hole. That was a Yogscast reference, by the way, if you get that. I spent my entire childhood watching Yogscast. So there's a desert on our left. There's a desert on our right. There's deserts everywhere. Let's absolutely spike this vulture. Come on, come at me, come at me. Bang. 664 damage. Are you serious? Oh, you guys do not know what you're doing. Oh, we do have the jungle. Jungle could have some cool stuff in it. I'm not going to lie, but I do want to just absolutely annihilate the Eye of Cthulhu like straight away. So we're not going to go into the jungle just yet. Trust me, we will. Once it becomes nighttime, I will destroy the Eye of Cthulhu and we will just move on with the boss rush that we're sort of going to do. We're just going to try to rush through the game. I'm not going to try to build anything too fancy. Here we go. An above ground chest. Maybe like a spear or something like that would be cool. An angler is actually good. Movement speed is good no matter how overpowered you are. Got another chest here. We've got another radar, which I could not care less about. And yet another chest. Come on, have a spear. Another angler. Are you serious? I do not. It's a lucky angler though, which is better than this one. So what we will do, instead of going to the corruption, we'll head home, chuck a torch down. I want to make an anvil now that I know that we can, because with an anvil and all the armor we've got will come new weapons, which we've just seen. Tin short sword does 243, not quite as good as our wooden sword. And the leads do 90 each. The lead bow does 223, which again, still not as good as our wooden bow, so it's not really worth going for, to be honest. But I guess I may as well make a tungsten axe, which is going to be better than our current pickaxe. We'll take that. Now, as it becomes nighttime, we will summon the eye. Can we summon it now? We can. All right, where is this guy? First, I'm going to hit him with my wooden sword just to see. Okay, that does 406. What about the bow? 500. So really, the bow is the way to go. It's a bit slow on the shooting pattern, but I mean, it's a disgusting. But I mean, we can just smack this dude like 100 times with our wooden sword, to be honest. But what's the fun in that? We'll hit him with our... Okay, these guys are getting kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. And there you go. The Eye of Cthulhu is dead. We got our Alchemist Charm. We also got our treasure bag, which is cool. We'll get rid of some of this stuff that we don't particularly care about. Let's open our treasure bag. Obviously, Shield of Cthulhu is beautiful. 19 damage, so that's a bit randomized. Now, this is like a couple hours later. I'm not going to lie. I've been like doing things, but I forgot that in this mod, when you come back later, all the stats change. So our wooden sword is still good, but it's now not our best, like, well, I mean, it still is our best weapon, but our bow is not, like, super overpowered anymore. So that's, like, cool, I guess. Actually, how much does our Shield of Cthulhu do? 70 damage. Well, no, it doesn't. I've been lied to. But yes, so that's a thing. So if I log out and log back in between recording these, all the stats are going to be randomized again, which is, I mean, it's fine. It adds, you don't know. I mean, you guys won't know when I leave and I come back. So it adds some sort of mystery to it. And still, this wooden sword is gross anyway. Like, this wooden sword has been the single, like, sword for us. Then again, we haven't really looked at a cactus sword again. And now that we've got randomized stats all over again, I mean, we're going to have to get a chest and we're going to have to save every single weapon we have, because when we get to Moonlord and I like leave and then come back, I do not want to have a bunch of dookie weapons. So let's check our cactus weapons. Let's murder this eye first. Check our cactus weapons to see how much damage they do. 21. Okay, well, that's kind of horrid. 305 defense though. If you guys didn't know, my helmet literally has 305 defense. My leggings have 39 and my breastplate has 56. That's kind of gross. Now, I will make this wooden breastplate again because for some reason it's got more defense this time. That's, yeah, 145 defense. Why is that? I don't know why it's not saying that. I don't know. Maybe there's a max defense that we've reached. Now, if you guys didn't know, there will always be an above ground access point to the underground jungle. We just need to find said access point that will lead straight underground. Is this going to be it? No, but it looks like the one next to it is, so we just need to make our way over there. Oh, we do have a couple of chests here, which could have some awesome randomized weapon. Boomerang, we do not need. Throwing knives, 32. Shurikens, 23, which is not bad at all. That chest is fine, nothing too crazy in it. Another anglet. Don't care for it. Grenades do a crap ton of damage. Oh, we have a gold chest. Doesn't look trapped, so we're not going to die. Shoe spikes. Sure. Why not? Some tungsten bars. Yeah, things we just don't care for too much. Life crystals. I was going to say life crystals would be great, but we don't really care. Nothing, literally nothing's going to kill us. Like, oh, the boulder might be the thing to do it. All right, we've made our way into a granite biome. It's super dark. Full damage does essentially nothing to us. There's another life crystal for our health, which, to be completely honest, isn't that important. What do we even want? Like, what do I want out of the jungle? These are cool. I'd like to find these to potentially find some feral claws, which are beautiful. Some gold coins, healing potions, all that sort of fun stuff. Oh, okay. We have a marble biome with that down there. Will lava kill me? No, it only does 1 damage to me. That is 2 live crystals back to back. Thank you very much for that. Get our health up super quick. Let's just keep running through the lava because, again, it does absolutely nothing with our disgusting defense. Doesn't mean I just want to sit in the lava for God knows how long, though, so calm down. We've got a chest here. Hermes boot. Yes, please. That is what I was looking for. And it actually seems like we might have a queen bee spawn here. I think we do have a hive up there, so we're going to go towards the hive and we're going to absolutely annihilate Queen Bee in just a couple of swings of our wooden sword. Yeah, we've definitely got a hive here. It looks like a pretty small hive though, I'm not going to lie. These bees are going to be super duper annoying. God, is this hive like just absolutely tiny? No, there's a fair bit of size to it. Got just a ton of hornets and stuff in here, which is kind of annoying. Oh yeah, nah, this is a decent sized hive. Again, really not gonna matter. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, we've just activated him. He's here. He's ready to fight. He's here. We should be able to absolutely annihilate him with our wooden sword. He does 1 damage to us. Please just float over me. Please float over me. Come here. I actually can't reach him. That is annoying. We're gonna have to go the bow, I guess. Actually, shurikens. 129 damage. Yeah, we're gonna go the shurikens here. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, final damage. Get the shurikens out there, and he is dead as dead can be. And we do actually get stuff from him, so we will want that. Do we need to be in the jungle now that we've done that? Probably not. We probably want to take on Skeletron would be the next boss to take on, so it would be to the left of us. And yeah, I don't actually see any point being here, so we are going to go home. We're going to chuck, didn't need to use that many. Having these Hermes boots is great. We're going to chuck some chests down. The only things I really want to keep are just like weapons, because you never know. We'll keep all of our tin bars and iron bars and all that sort of stuff, because you never know what it's going to make in the future. Obviously, we'll keep our mace, the boomerangs, the grenades, even the bomb. We'll keep bombs on us. All right, now that our inventory is organized, we'll open up this treasure bag. We get a ruthless bee's knees, which looks disgusting. Bee wax, which is nothing. Really nothing we wanted. The hive pack is kind of important. I'm not going to lie. We like the hive pack. Bee's knees, yeah, shoots super fast and is going to do disgusting damage depending what arrows we're using here. And regular wooden arrows are actually the highest damage for now. Once we like switch it up and we do something else, it won't be. Well, as in, when I say that, when we switch it up, I mean when we literally like log out and then log back in, it won't be the same. Anywho, the yo-yo does 120 damage. That's kind of gross. We've got all of our defense here. We couldn't make the full set, which is a shame. Flaming arrows do 41 damage. We don't want to make flaming arrows. What we can do is we can see what these weapons are going to make now. Nothing great. 48 for the bow. Slightly better. Critical hit chance is disgusting. I didn't even know that was randomized. Short sword, 118 damage, which is probably better because it just goes so much faster. But for now, I kind of want to go the short sword. No, this thing swings pretty fast with the feral claws. All right, the tungsten bow. I forgot we're actually using the bee's knees, so we actually don't need the tungsten bow. I do want to make more arrows, though. All right, we've made a crap ton of our 140 range damage arrows, as you see. Disgusting. It's just going to shoot at these bees as well. And we've got the backpack, which increases the strength of the bees, which is beautiful. We are looking disgustingly overpowered. Well, I wouldn't say overpowered. We're looking disgustingly well set at the moment. Obviously, we could still find like a bunch of disgusting weapons, and there are still a bunch of weapons to find, actually. I didn't even think about this. We do have demonite, so I think it might be a good idea to grab this furnace and get this furnace down, because with the demonite ore, we should be able to make like demonite swords and stuff like that. Like now that we've defeated the Eye of Cthulhu, we've only got 20. It's not going to make much. Lightsbane is 110. It's not bad. It's probably not worth like, compared to a wooden sword, I wouldn't say it's great. So, I am going to make the war axe, though, because that's just better than our just crappy copper axe, and we can cut down things just a little bit faster, which ease of mind, I guess. But what we will need to do just to make things a little bit easier is we are going to have to make a ton of NPC houses. Luckily, we have a mod which we can make a ton of insta houses, because we will want the demolitionist, who, if you don't know, in the mod that I have, if you have the demolitionist, you can get dynamite, and then you can make instavaders, so instant elevators, which just is a mega time saver. Wow, I bottled that. Oh, I bottled that big time. I was hoping to just be able to run through the houses, but after that, not looking too good. But that should be more than enough NPC houses to get most of our NPCs in. We also have the Alchemist NPC mod, so we're going to get just a ton of NPCs anyway. So for now, whilst we're waiting for NPCs to spawn in, we may as well go over in the dungeon direction, which if you don't know, which you should by now, should know by now, watch my videos, is that the dungeon is always on the opposite side of the jungle. So we do have my home area, aka the snow. If you didn't know, I am a winter man. I mean, my name is Arctic. Look, put 2 and 2 together, you'll find a way. So the merchant has arrived, which is good. He's gonna sell certain things, nothing too crazy, just a very small cave here. That's, wow, that sort of went in deep. This is a very weird spawned world, by the way. Like, we had super tall trees. Everything is sort of like kind of hard to get to. Like, you need to use a lot of ropes in this world, and there's just a bunch of really odd construction. Like, even this here, this big mountainside cliff would be beautiful for a home if we were doing like a full series playthrough. It would be beautiful. Now we have found the jungle. It's a pink jungle. We have the old man here. A water bolt on the front door would be disgustingly fun to find, but it's not looking like that's the case, and I'm not willing to die right now. Although, hear me out. Do we go to the beach? Let's go get away. They say what they're gonna... You should not be above ground. What in God's name are you doing above ground? So we have the angler here. We may as well move on the sleeping angler. Okay, Danny. And we're not going to use them at all, but there are chests over here that's going to be water chests that will give us the chance to get maybe different items, and a breathing rod is one of those items. Do we have another chest? We do. Are we going to have 3? Doesn't look like it. I do not want any of those things. Do we have 3? I highly doubt there's going to be 3. No, there's not. Okay, I also don't want to drown because I want to stay over where the dungeon is. And it's looking like drowning might be on the cards here. Look at the health. Look at the health. Heal up. Is that heal up going to save us? Are we clutching up? We are. Wow. Don't even test me. 120 damage for a deadly breathing rod. It's not quite 151 damage, but it's fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. Catherine the nurse has arrived. You guys know how I feel about the nurse. Welcome. You're always welcome. All right, it's time to take on Skeletron. He does absolutely no... Oh my gosh, look at the damage of the bees. Look at the... Oh, I didn't think that was gonna be so gross. Oh my gosh, thank you for that. He got absolutely tanked. Okay, let's see if we can't find a water bolt or just other weapons in here that could be used. I know I'm going to miss the water bolt. I know you guys are going to abuse me. You're going to be like,
the water bolt was there, man. You missed it.
I'm sorry. Oh, we got our first gold key. Okay, awesome. We'll open up this. The Mirror Master, which does 74 damage. I mean, it's not 150 damage wooden sword, but this thing swings far, so it might be better. It might. I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it's better than our wooden sword. Our wooden sword's kind of gross. I mean, the Mirror Master has like an upgrade. That's another gold key, by the way, which we will use for this Cobalt Shield. 220 defense Cobalt Shield. Are you serious? Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. Our wooden sword was doing a disgusting amount more damage. Obviously, when we log out and log back in, that might not be the case. That might change. I cannot remember what the water bolt looks like, and I cannot be bothered looking it up either. We got another golden key. All right, that's good. And then there's a chest right on cue. We love that. What are we going to get? A blue moon, A little bit more damage. Again, remember, this damage could change the next time we log out. And we were looking for one of these bewitching tables because you never know when you're going to need a bewitching table. Am I going to use a bone glove? Probably not. Now, we did get another gold key. What we're probably looking for is the shadow key that you can get. That would be a pretty good item to find. We're just going to need to find another gold chest. We're not actually finding that many. There were a ton at the start, but I'm not trekking all the way back to the bloody start. All right, we do have another chest. 172 damage magic missile. We are going to have to get our mana up. I'm not gonna lie, because that's kind of disgusting. Still not like the shadow key that we're looking for, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. I really thought we'd find it by now. And that's a water bolt. So we did find our water bolt, which does 12 magic damage. Well, I was hoping that would do a little bit more. Let's not die. What am I talking about? We have like 1,000 defense. Death isn't even a thing for us. A Nazar. Interesting. What do I want to dump for it? I guess some of these, yeah. Immunity to curse. I mean, it's cool. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care for it too much. We do have the biome chest, which we're eventually going to have to go through as well, just more different items. But for now, let's look in this. We do finally get a shadow chest. We do get a sharp Muramasa, which might be better. I know I'm saying that wrong, but we got the shadow key, which is literally the only thing I actually cared about coming in here. But we will take all the potions. Eventually, they'll be helpful. But we will be able to go to our home where a lot of different people have moved in. We will need to make more NPC houses eventually. And our beanades do 281 range damage. So we might want to make more beanades. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to take all of our potions and we're going to put them in a different chest. So we are back. As you know, like I've been saying, every time that we log off and log back in, the stats are randomized. So this is the third randomization time. Let's have a look. Wooden sword only does 27 damage now. The bee's knees does 61. Not what we want. Luckily, we've saved some things, and the Muramasa does 260 damage. The water bolt does 88 magic damage. The mace does 94. The boomerang's kind of dookie. The breathing rod does 126, which is quite nice. The blue moon does 582 damage. Are you serious? That's actually disgusting. Like, that is the most ridiculous amount of damage. Well, what we may as well do is just go down to hell. Do we have the demolitionist yet? I don't think we do. We don't even have the demolitionist. Look at that, 600 damage for that. All right, we're going to try to stay alive for as long as we can because I really do not want to lose a weapon like this when going against the wall of flesh and whatnot. So I've got more NPC housing down with bombs in our inventory. That should work pretty well. It said that there he is. I was going to say, it did say that the man himself, the traveling merchant, was here. He can sell some cool stuff like the katana, but it only does 28 damage, but that could change, and I'm going to buy the fedora because I think that's just funny. And also the crimson cloak, because again, wait, can I not wear this? Oh, it's a vanity item. So I need to literally put it, but now look at, I look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. So as usual, I'm going to put all the weapons I get just in case I do end up leaving and coming back in all of these chests because you never know. Paper planes do 74 damage. I could not care less about that. But then again, we do also just need to check our crafting because you never know what sort of crafting is going to create some awesome weapons. Like a flaming mace doing 636 damage, which is just better than the blue moon. That's kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. And the demolitionist has arrived. I'm just looking at all of our armor and whatnot. We could get a ton of more defense, which we may as well with the beeswax. 34 for the headgear. We may as well do that as well. Almost have the full set, and everything else is kind of dookie in the eyes of what we currently have. Now that the demolitionist is here, we actually don't have any falling stars. So I'm pretty sure you need falling stars to make the Instavator, which you do. You need 3 fallen stars, which I don't think we've got any fallen stars at all, which is kind of annoying. Surprising, annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. There's not much we can really do about it. For now, we do have 44 bombs and access to pretty much as many bombs as we want, so we may as well just start bombing into the earth, I guess. All right, we've actually run out of bombs already, but luckily, like I have been saying, we do have the demolitionist, so we can just buy a ton of more bombs, plus we've got 33 gold on us, so really I could just buy an absolute crap ton. Although dynamite, yeah, dynamite probably is the better way to go. But I mean, 467 bombs is probably gonna be enough here. I'm not gonna lie. All right, we have found a cave with a gold chest. Interesting. Band of Regeneration is actually really good. Not compared to what we have, I guess, but it's cool to see. The painters arrived, which I don't care too much about. I'm not going to go exploring too much because really, I'm just trying to boss rush here and just trying to completely destroy the wall of flesh and get that done and dusted. Yet another cave that just goes to nowhere. This seems to be the thing at the moment. But yeah, also, in other news, I know I don't usually talk about news, but there is a TikTok ban in America at the moment, which is super interesting. So, I mean, I guess the hope for, like, content creators on, like, YouTube, like me and other content creators, is that people will start sort of flooding over to YouTube a little bit more now that they can't access TikTok, but they still want to access, like, the content that they want to, access. So, I mean, those are, like, those sort of thought processes when it comes to that. Obviously, sometimes, like, some people might think that's a bit of a greedy thought process, but you need to look at ways to benefit and just positives in general. We've just gotten mining pants, which is actually not quite as good as our cactus leggings, I'm not gonna lie. The witch doctor's arrived as well, which is pretty cool. I didn't think he would come at this time, but we do have a mushroom biome, which is good, because we should be able to find, if I'm not mistaken, a lot more heart crystals, because heart crystals tend to spawn a lot. Also, we're drowning. We're drowning really fast, actually. Let's not drown. That's bad. That's, if I don't need to tell you guys, that's bad. But we do have a life crystal here, which I will take. The mining pants can be interesting, but they're not right now. Bunch of lava, which is fine. We do ridiculous amounts of damage to absolutely everything, and this is just an absolutely lava-filled place, which we do not want to be. Alright, it looks like we have finally reached hell, which is good. We're actually taking more damage than I wanted to. We're actually quite low on health, and we're not really close to getting our health back, but here we go. So basically, we can start opening up, like, some shadow chests if we find them, which would be super cool. The zoologist has arrived, which is, I mean, cool. Zoologist. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to get an insta house, because we are going to take the approach, and that is just a horrible insta house, but we're going to take the approach of basically just moving the guide in ourselves instead of getting the voodoo doll, because it's just super annoying to get. But as we wait for that, we will start to somewhat look for a couple shadow chests. And speaking of shadow chests, we have our first one, which has a dark lance, which does nothing, a treasure pickup, which is kind of cool, a couple of restoration potions, but again, we'll pick up every weapon we get, because you just never know. That's the thing, you never know. Alright, we have another shadow chest. I honestly don't really know what we want out of these. Another dark lance, a shadow key, which is just nothing we really want. Hellfire arrows, all this stuff is whatever. Dark lance, could not care too much for it. Another shadow chest, we get a Sun Fury this time, which only does 110 damage. Nothing compared to our Blue Moon. Gravitational potion, I mean, you never know. Might go to a couple Sky Islands. Has the guy decided to move into his home? No, even though it's nighttime, which means he should have moved into his home, but it's super annoying. Sometimes they just don't. But we do have another shadow chest here with a flower of fire. Oh, the alchemist has arrived as well, which is actually pretty good. So all these weapons, again, in the future could turn out super duper disgusting. Guide, I would love for you to just, like, move in. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the guide's finally moved in. Now we actually just need to make our way to him. I'm gonna pop this obsidian skin potion, because it's just gonna make it a little bit easier to make our way back over to the guide, which is what we want to do. Alright, we've activated just a couple of potions, nothing too crazy, because really, we don't need to activate much. Is there any of these that we want to use? Doesn't look like it. Magic missile's kind of terrible, all that sort of stuff. So let's just murder the guide here. Let him burn in a pit of fury. And that should activate the wall of flesh. And honestly, we should just be able to tank it. I'm not going to lie. Like, look at the damage we are currently doing to this guy. Okay, he's going to start kicking us out, but again, it's not going to be doing too much to us as long as we continue the damage, and there you go. The wall of flesh is dead just like that. I cannot believe we've just tanked that, but we are now in hard mode, which is beautiful. But let's put some of these weapons that currently are useless away and then see what they become later on. Alright, let's open up the Wall of Flesh bag. We obviously get our Demon Heart, which we absolutely love, and we'll probably put our Band of Regeneration in there. Just makes more sense. We got the Breaker Blade, which is a shame that it's not better than it is. The Summoner Emblem, not quite what we wanted. We get the Pwn Hammer, which is cool. Obviously, we got all the hard mode ores, which we won't really need. And actually, now that our health is a little bit higher, I actually need to lower the face cam a little bit. Otherwise, someone will comment saying something about that. The blowgun does 310 damage. That's kind of gross. The Pygmy Necklace is beautiful as well, but the blowgun does 310 damage. We've got nothing that we can use with it right now, but it's cool that it does that. Also, we can buy like a ton of things now from all the different NPCs, which is super cool. But I will look at the demolitions because I never checked. How much does grenades do? 45. Hellfighters, 22. Yeah, not quite. Obviously, you've got weapons as well that could be good. Shurikens, not really. I think the last thing we could get is a whip from this guy. 20. No. Squirrel hook's cool. All that sort of stuff's cool, but we don't really care for it. I mean, with our weapon, I'm starting to think we just do the boss rush. So, actually, we want some fallen stars now that I think about it. That's going to be super duper helpful in the future to get a couple of those. We are back. It's later on in the night now. I did get all the summons, but because we've logged out and logged in, all of our stats are random again. So the Blue Moon is no longer absolutely disgusting. The Bee's Knees is still beautiful. Water Bolt is whatever. Muramasa Katana 244. None of these are looking too good. Wooden Sword ain't shit. None of this is good. None of this is good at all. Okay. That's not great. How's our defense? Not bad. Not bad. Again, not gross though. Like, we really are missing out on some real disgusting damage. Throwing knives though, 195 damage each. 107 for wooden arrows. So we're just going to use the crap out of those. Obviously, we can like make some things here. So something here could be Disgusting Lights Bane 176 isn't bad. The Gold Bow 10, not great. 270 defense though for our chest plate. Yes, please. I will take that. 100 days out of 100 days. Anything else that's good? Enchanted Boomerang, not really. I mean, the Blue Moon being as bad as it is now kind of sucks. I mean, it was like super overpowered before, but we're gonna have to main the katana, and then on top of the katana, obviously, we're gonna have to main the Bee's Knees. The Water Bolt just ain't doing it for me anymore. Now, we can check all these guys again to see if anything does like a disgusting amount of damage. Unfortunately, it does not look like that is the case. Obviously, Demolitionist Grenades, 41 damage. Yeah, no, that's not going to be enough at all. Now, I'm actually going to get rid of the fedora because I've found the summer hat, which if you don't know is a one-piece thing, and if you didn't know, one of the next videos might be One Piece. Now, what I have just seen is the Necro Helmet, which is 245 defense. I'm actually going to pass because I'm trying to make a bed. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to make a bed right now. So I'm going to have to pass on that for now. So we'll make our loom. We'll make all the silk we need for the bed. We really don't need that much defense, to be completely honest. It's a bit overkill. But there is our bed just to speed up the time because, as everyone knows, I have a young family. I've just done all that sort of jazz, all fun stuff. So this should speed up the time at least a little bit. All right, so the plan is obviously to use the Bee's Knees as much as we can. We're going to buy a ton of wooden arrows because they should be 107 damage with the Bee's Knees, which is 295. So let's summon the eyes first, and they should get absolutely annihilated. And we shouldn't have too much damage being done to us here. We're actually not doing any damage to them, but because for some reason this Bee's Knees is just not shooting as much as it really should be. I mean, when it is shooting and when it is hitting, we're actually doing some decent damage, I'm not gonna lie. But not nearly enough to justify how much output we have. We're actually not doing too well right now on the health margin because obviously we have like no health. So our Bee's Knees are just going to need to go crazy here. And they are going, okay, the guard's dead. That's fine. We don't want to get caught on that. I mean, mind you, we've got an absolutely ton of defense. Okay, well, they've murdered all of my bloody NPCs. The bees knees, this thing is terrible. We need a much better weapon than this. All right, we've killed them. Oh my gosh. That was ridiculously close. We have some hallowed bars now, at least. Now, we can't do anything with the hallowed bars because we don't have the thing to actually use it with, which kind of sucks, but we'll hold on to it for now because you never know when you're going to need it. We'll probably take on the mechanical worm next. I'm not too confident with our current... Obviously, I could log out, log back in, but I feel like that's cheating in a way. Actually, you know what we can do, though? We have a ton of potions. Why not use some of these potions to try to just buff our way through this a little bit? If we had, like, those archery potions, it would be awesome. But we don't. We don't have those archery potions anymore. So we're just going to have to take it on. This guy is going to do... Oh, wow. Okay, maybe the katana. Maybe the katana's the way to go. Maybe, like, going in between this and the katana is probably going to be the way to go here. That, like, does overall damage. But the katana just shreds. Like, this thing shreds. Oh my gosh, with the defense as well. We don't even need to really dodge the head because it's not really doing much. Okay, so we're just going to like basically one-piece katana the hell out of this. Still use our shield because it seems like the shield actually does a ton of damage. Look at this. We can just stand in his head and just absolutely annihilate him. There you go. The destroyer is dead. Little bit more worried about the mechanical skull because this dude can actually do some proper damage to us. So we're going to shoot our bee's knees at him, I guess, just to see how much it does when it actually hits. When it hits is the beautiful question. How much damage does he do to me? Okay, he does 1 damage to me. I'm just going to sit in his skull and I'm just going to swing away with my katana because when you've got this much defense, what's the point? I'm not going to lie. How did, like, spasmatism and all that do so much damage to us? I will never know. But this katana is going absolutely crazy on Skeletron Prime right now. Buddy cannot stand a shield to us. But yes, this bee's knees, as good as it may seem like it is actually kind of dookie. And this katana is just so much better. Like, dude gets absolutely shredded with a katana. There you go. The jungle grows restless. All those dudes are gone. We get a full set out, which I don't care for. Eventually, we will have a look at those weapons at some point, just to see if they do like some extra damage. You never know. But yeah, next is going to be obviously Plantera, who we will absolutely annihilate. But I do not want to use the katana through that, so I'm thinking I might go take a break, and we will be back when we've got a set of different weapons. Oh my gosh, I took a break. I literally just went and got a drink. The katana looks like it does pretty much the same amount of damage, which is interesting. Throwing knives do stuff all, but this is what I'm interested about. Muramasa Stuffle, Sun Fury 514. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Bones, nothing. Wooden sword, man, not great. Breaker blade, horrible. Bee nades, horrible. All that is kind of dookie. I'm not gonna lie, except for the Sun Fury, which is now going to be our main weapon because that does an absolute disgusting amount of damage. Plus, it'll probably do flame damage as well, which on top of that is just more. We'll check out the usual swords. 270 defense, by the way. For the tungsten greaves, yes please, that's beautiful. But yes, because we need to get a Plantera bulb, I do have a plan in mind to do that pretty easily. So what we need 10 rope coils, we need 99 torches, which we have, and then this should work if we have 10 dynamite. I reckon it is. We got plenty of money, so it's like no issues whatsoever for the dynamite. But what this should be able to make is an instivator is what I wanted to make. What am I missing out? It's 50 dynamite. Okay, it's a lot more expensive than I thought, which is fine. So we need 40 more dynamite. Okay, I got a little bit more than I needed. It's fine. So we'll make our instivator, which is beautiful. And what I am going to do is head my dandy little ass over to the jungle. And we're going to chuck it down in the middle of the jungle and hopefully find like a ton of Plantera bulbs because they are a pain in the ass to find. All right, we're in some random part of the jungle. We've just chucked our instivator down straight through a beehive. Funnily enough, if we could find like, oh, actually, life crystals. Again, I wouldn't say we need them. They're not super needed, but we don't mind just grabbing a few. Another life crystal there, and on top of that, we have found the jungle dungeon. The temple is what I'm trying to say. The only issue is it's sort of ruined our instivator a little bit. Finding the temple probably would have been a little bit painful, so I am glad that I found it at the very least, but I was hoping my instivator would go through like the entire world, which it doesn't look like it has, unless it has underneath the temple, which is a chance. And we found the bound wizard as well, who sells an ice rod, which does basically no damage, which is a shame. Oh, another 2 life crystals here, just to keep us alive a little bit more. Oh, we've actually found a Plantera bulb. That is super quick. I thought that was going to take forever. Now, I'm gonna risk it. I think we can tank this. I genuinely think we can tank a Plantera here. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to sit here and hopefully tank this guy. He does 1 damage to us. Even when he goes into enraged mode, we should be fine, I'm assuming. Yeah, he still only does 1 damage to us. Okay, so we should have known this. We should have known that our defense makes us basically just impossible to kill. So however you take this is fine. We do get a Magnum, which does 50 damage. Spore Sack, obviously the Temple Key is sort of what we were looking for the most. So we can go take on this man over here. But that's another life crystal. Thank you very much. I just saw that at the corner of my eye. All right, we have found the entrance. Thank God for that. I did not want to search for 7 years to find that. And to be completely honest, we should be able to just like tank our way through all of this. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we do want to grab like all the important stuff that we can, but for now solar tablet could be very interesting actually. The arms dealer as well. I mean, even guns, we haven't really thought about guns. Like the Mega Shark could be just absolutely disgusting. And there you go, we have found the place right here. I'm hoping we can just sort of tank this guy. This room is huge, by the way. I feel like this is bigger than what most of the rooms are. But we should be able to tank him. I'm not going to lie. I've got full confidence that we will be able to absolutely tank this dude and just deal crazy damage to him, and he'll be able to do absolutely nothing to us. I'm not gonna lie, even with this like insane damage, it's not like super overbearing. Like it still takes a while to kill this guy. Even the cultist is gonna be difficult. I was thinking about like every boss, the stats are like randomized again. Like that might have been the right way to do it. All right, come on, Golem. It's starting to get a bit tedious now. I'm not gonna lie, you're actually dealing some pretty decent damage to us as well. I think we are sitting on a trap just to assist in that. But there you go, the Golem is officially dead. We'll get rid of some of this useless crap that we don't need. So we'll open this up. We actually get the pick saw, so that just helps all of that. Beetle husks, all that cool stuff. The 218 damage for the Golem Fist might be a shout, to be honest. I don't mind that. Shiny Stone is actually really good. That's like, promise me. I promise you it can get to the point where that is going to be absolutely disgusting. But let's go see if we can absolutely destroy the cultist. It should be an absolute piece of cake, to be completely honest. But we will need to go over to the dungeon, which is on the left side. Obviously, like, piercing weapons would be, like, super helpful, but we don't really have any piercing weapons that does enough damage, which is a shame. Actually, how good is your stuff? Not good. 14 damage for the mini shark, but 310 damage for the bullets, though. That might be really good. Okay, hear me out. Only 14 damage for the mini shark. In fact, we can probably get... No, I don't have enough money. I was going to say we could probably get like a cool version of it, but that might do... Oh my gosh, why does it shoot so slow? I didn't realize that was randomized. What? It shoots so slow. That's so bad. Oh no, that's horrible. What did they do to the speed of it? Anyway, that does absolutely dookie damage, so we do not want to use that in a million years. That's horrible. I mean, it's horrible right now. Obviously, when we get like the reroll, it might become a lot better. but, I mean, you never know. Alright, here are the cultist dudes. We should be able to murder them super easily. Hopefully, this guy is kind of easy to take down. I mean, with the Golem Fist, it should be fine. Oh, yeah, this Golem Fist does crazy damage. I should just be able to sit here and tank most of what he shoots out at me. And, like, especially with, like, the extra regen as well from just, like, the sitting still. This guy should get absolutely annihilated, and he is. Try to pick out the right one. It's this guy here. Yep, we picked out the right one. It's just that easy. It's that easy. I mean, this guy's getting absolutely annihilated. I'm not going to lie to you. The Golem Fist is just beautiful. And he is dead. Thank you very much. So we may as well take out all of this stuff, which should be fine. We should be able to, like, literally tank most of the damage. I'm not going to lie. I reckon the Golem Fist is actually better. I do genuinely think this is better than our other weapon. But we'll take on these, because obviously the weapons we can get from these, now that we've got the Ancient Manipulator, could be really good. So we'll do, like, the usual grind for this. I'm not going to make you guys sit there watching me murder every single one of these weapons, because that would just be super duper annoying. Alright, and just like that, the thing is ready to get annihilated by our Golem Fist, which we are just going to punch at it like absolute craziness. It's a godly one as well, so it probably is just boosted a little bit, but this will be our very first pillar done, which is beautiful. These guys are super annoying because honestly, I kind of just want to get up here. Can you guys like go away, please? I'm trying to just do my thing. Here we go. All I wanted to do was get up here and just grab all my fragments and then return home like a happy little camper. Put our Ancient Manipulator down and see potential damage here. 94 summon damage is not bad, but I actually think that's less. That's less than what it usually does. So that's kind of dookie. I'm not going to lie. We don't like that. But what I am going to do, just for like my own excitement and your excitement, I'm just going to log out and log back in just to randomize all the stats again, because why not? Like, ooh, that's terrible. The bee's knees again. We don't like the bee's knees. This is better. The bullets are still good. Okay, we might have bottled this. 186 for that. That's not terrible. Did we bottle this and get absolutely nothing good? It's looking like that might be the case. So we've done a refresh. We're not nearly as powerful as we were, which I kind of like. I thought we were at pretty disgusting point before. 291 defense on that is beautiful. Our chest plate's kind of dookie though. Like, our defense is not where it was, but 223 for a water bolt is pretty good. We don't have a lot of mana crystals, so that's not going to do much for us. But yeah, this Sun Fury is horrid now, but we do have a 335 damage Mirror Master. The Golden Fist is still beautiful. The Bee's Knees we found out was terrible, but we do have a extremely slow shooting Mini Shark, but a really fast shooting gun. So we like the gun, but I mean, the Boomerang does 222 damage, which is gross, but I want to check like what kind of bullets we can make after. But also, the Dragon Staff, I may as well summon, because why not? Why not just have a cheeky summon out here helping us? We may as well check you to see if your sickle or your shurikens or anything like that does disgusting stuff, and they don't. But you, what do your bullets do? See, 310. That's not what you've got here. I've been lied to. 310 does not look accurate to what I have been previously shown. So, is that true? Is this actually 310 on top of like whatever the hell this gun shoots? We'll go find out. I mean, we can literally go to a tower right now and find out. So we'll go do that. All right, here we go. We still have like a disgusting amount of defense, so we should be fine. Oh yeah, this thing does crazy damage. This thing does crazy damage. Oh yeah, it does like a whole bunch of knockback as well. It's going to be beautiful to tank this. Water Bolt should be gross. Yeah, Water Bolt is beautiful. But the Muramasa, with the amount of just pure knockback this thing has. Oh my gosh. Obviously, we've still got our Golem Fist, which again, disgusting amounts of knockback. But we may as well just shoot our little gun, I guess. It just doesn't quite do as much damage as everything else did. Like, honestly, the Muramasa with the 28% crit chance is probably the way to go for this. In fact, it's actually kind of hard to do anything right now because the knockback is kind of killing us a little bit. So we've created what I'm calling a death pit. We're basically just waiting for things to fall into us so we can murder them, because otherwise it's way too difficult to kill anything. I'm not gonna lie. So this is basically what we have to do. Alright, we finally opened up the bloody pillar, which just felt like it took 7 years because of how much knockback we have. But finally we can grab our just solar fragments now, which is one of the better fragments you can get. And we can see what maybe that will turn into, which is a 55 daybreak and a 28 solar eruption. That truly sucks balls. So let's go take on another one and then eventually just absolutely annihilate the Moon Lord. At least this one's just like right here. Again, it's going to be super annoying. We're probably going to have to build like a little cave. Alright, we can finally take out the vortex pillar, so we only have one more to go before the Moon Lord, which I can promise you we will absolutely annihilate. I want as much of these as I can. I'm not gonna lie, our Stardust Dragon does more damage than it looks like he's supposed to. Not gonna lie. Alright, here we go. Recall Potion. What can these turn into? The Phantasm, which looks horrible. The Vortex Beater, which looks somewhat decent. 77 damage is not as good as 131. The Phantasm, though, if only that was slightly better, but it's not. Okay, we have one more pillar to go destroy. It shouldn't be too far. It's not. We haven't even explored that side of the world fully, which just shows how much we've been just absolutely beasting through the game with all these insanely overpowered different weapons. And here we go. Very last pillar. We'll obviously do the same thing we did before, because it's the only way I can really think of doing this in a reasonable time frame. And of course, this thing is just in such a awkward spot. So we're just going to chill in this little hole here. We'll have a look at this. Climbing claws. Okay, interesting. Alright, finally the nebula pillar is gone, which means the big man himself is absolutely going to spawn on us, which is kind of terrifying. I don't know how fast this is going to take. I kind of want to look at what that makes. Nebula Blaze, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyway, what I wanted to get was this bewitching table. Get that down. Beautiful. I reckon we had a sharpening station somewhere. We don't anymore. It should be fine. To be completely honest, I don't know why we are even like worrying about this. We should be able to absolutely tank anything that comes at us from this guy. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Sure, doesn't hurt. Actually, what we need to do is get another one of you out. Actually, you can only get one of you out. That's fine. It's fine. We should be able to tank this. I've got confidence we'll be able to tank this. Oh, I don't have much confidence at all. He's going to be coming super soon, and I'm literally running over here to buy a sharpening station just so our katana does a little more damage. But yeah, let's just absolutely start nailing into this guy. Yeah, he's only doing 1 damage to us each, which should be fine. We should be able to tank this like pretty comfortably if we just start letting loose. Oh man, this dragon does crazy damage. Now the beam he's going to send us, how much does that do? 1. Okay, well, this was a fun fight. I'm not going to lie. I've had fun. I've enjoyed myself. This was a fun playthrough. Please and thank you. You're going to die. This Stardust Dragon actually goes crazy though. Yeah, he's already down. All right, let's get let's get our katana out and just start whacking his heart with the katana. I actually can't. I can't start whacking his heart with the katana because I can't bloody get to it. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. Alright, if we just keep falling down this hole, we can just keep whacking him with the katana, which is what I wanted. I just wanted to whack him with the katana. Here's Celine. Hello, Celine. I'm sorry that I've put you in this vicarious situation, but we are currently just smacking the life out of the Moon Lord with our katana right now. And he's not really able to handle it. Our dragon is handling most of this, I'm not going to lie. You know, let's heal for pity points as well. Heal for pity points, and there you go. He's dead. Just like that, we finished the game. I mean, look, the stats were random. Of course, we were going to finish the game in a super easy manner, which is great. But what we can do is grab the treasure bag, which is exciting. See what we get. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's not bad either, but that's pretty good. Wow. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's things we could make. Obviously, the lunar hook, but solar fragments. Might as well make a ton of those. I think you need luminite bars as well as the solar fragments to make certain things like the luminite arrows or the bullets. You've got all like the armor and stuff like that. We can make wings. We haven't had wings this entire time. We finally have wings. That's exciting. But I am going to make a ton of luminite bullets because we do have this god thing, which is going to just absolutely cause mayhem against anything. But anyway, thanks for watching. This was a random stats video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The next video, just a little hint, it's probably going to be a One Piece full playthrough, or it's just going to be a regular Terraria playthrough from start to finish because you guys have been requesting just something basic like that. But thank you for watching. Yeah, peace and love.